There's an ancient prophecy that claims Pope Francis will be the final pope before the end of the world. And now that he's gone, we may have just crossed the line into something irreversible. In the 12th century, a Catholic bishop named Saint Malachy wrote a series of prophecies. He predicted 112 popes from his time until the world's final judgment. Each one was described in cryptic Latin phrases, and everyone, shockingly, aligned with a real historical pope. The 112th and final name on the list? Peter the Roman. According to the prophecy, during his reign, Rome will be destroyed, and the dreadful judge will judge the people. Here's the twist. Pope Francis is the 112th, the final name, the last pope. But here's where it gets darker. Pope Francis wasn't born Peter, but his birth name? Jorge Mario Bergoglio. And his parents? Italians from Rome. Literally, Peter the Roman. So the prophecy wasn't wrong. It was just hidden in plain sight. Now imagine this. The prophecy said the final pope would oversee the collapse of Rome, and with his death, the final phase begins. The Vatican is already falling into silence. Unexplained blackouts, documents sealed. So, now that the last pope is gone, what's next? A new pope or the beginning of the end? Comment prophecy if you've heard of this before.
Pope Francis died today, but what happens next has been prophesied for centuries, and it's terrifying. The Prophecy of the Popes is a book that was found in the Vatican archives. It predicted every pope from the year 1143 all the way to Pope Francis. But here's the dark part. After Pope Francis, the prophecy just ends with two words: Judgment Day. But here's where it gets scary. Inside St. Paul's Basilica, along the walls of the inner sanctuary, there are portraits of every pope in history. But there are only a limited number of spots made for these portraits, and right now there's only one spot left after Pope Francis. People have always said that once the last slot is filled, it will mark the end of the world. In the prophecy, the time between the first pope listed and the halfway point was 422 years. The prophecy says that from the middle pope to the last one would be another 422 years. The middle pope was in the year 1585, and if you add 422 years to that, you get the year 2027. There's also something Pope John XXIII reportedly said, that the end of the world would come 2,000 years after Christ's life. If you count Jesus' life as around 27 years, that also points to 2027.